Alright guys, yep, I'm back in front of the green screen and I did want to give you guys a little bit of an update here before I head to my mom's place. This update is going to be titled something like, Neighbors Suck, or Don't Be a Dick, Stop Complaining, You Whiny Little, something like that. So here's a little update into my life. I have some neighbors and they live below me. I live on the 3rd floor of my apartment complex, and the neighbors below me, I've lived here for like 3 years, something like that. Neighbors below me, they've only lived here for like 6, 7, 8 months, something like that, and they're a bunch of fucking dicks. Ever since day one of them moving in, they came up complaining that I'd stepped too loudly, and I was nice about it. I'm like, oh hey, sorry about that. If I'm too loud, then hey, just let me know and I'll keep it down, not a big deal, just being a friendly neighbor. Nope, not good enough for them. Apparently after that, I was making noise in the middle of the night. I do have a day job. I work normally from like 8 a.m. until like 8:30 p.m. at night. I work ridiculously long hours, so I have to sleep at night. I do have to go to bed fairly early on a regular basis to make sure that, I'm up on time for work. I can do my day job. I can get things done that I need to get done. Blah, 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 blah. At heart, yes, I am a night owl. If it was up to me, I would be up all night, every night, doing videos for you guys or whatever. I am more of a night owl. But in my day-to-day life, right now, I am not a night owl. I sleep at night. I usually try to be in bed before 10 o'clock at night. Keep in mind this whole time as I'm telling this story. Here, let me just set this tripod up so I can just have like a free, open hand conversation with you guys. So keep in mind throughout this whole rant that I usually try to be in bed, or at least winding down before 10 o'clock at night, which means if I'm winding down, I'm not up, I'm not running around, I'm not recording a video for you guys, I'm not stomping, pounding, doing this, I'm not hammering a green screen up against the fucking wall, I'm not doing any of that stuff. I am sitting on the couch, or I am sitting in my bed, scrolling through my Facebook or my Twitter feed like an idiot, getting ready for a well-needed night's rest so I can be up in the morning, go to work like a normal person. Well, anyway, according to my neighbors, in the middle of the night, we're talking like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, all they're hearing, pounding and yelling and screaming and all kinds of shit coming from my apartment, which is physically impossible. I'm here with a couple of cats, one of which sleeps against my chest, the other one sleeps at the foot of the bed, and I am in bed at night. We already had this conversation. I'm not even going to go into it. Now, when the neighbors first moved in, there was one time where apparently during the day I was stepping around a little bit too loud, and they came up and they're like, oh, hey, we get it. We came from a house, and we get what it's like. My husband had to tell me that I step a little bit too loud as well, and this, that, and the other. So, being a good neighbor that I am, I say, hey, that's no big deal. Like, if I'm being loud, just come up, tell me, hey, you're being too loud, and we'll work on it. I'll work with you, and I'll say, hey, I'm sorry about that. This happened. I dropped a pan. I stubbed my toe, whatever the fuck it is, and we'll be on with it, and we'll get on with our lives, and we'll have a good time. No big deal. After that, now, again, keep in mind through this whole story that quiet hours of my kindergarten apartment complex is between 10 o'clock p.m., which is fairly normal for sound curfew in my city. I don't know about your city. Maybe drop it in the comments below. Sound curfew in my city is 10 o'clock p.m. to about 8 o'clock in the morning. One night at about 6, maybe 7 o'clock p.m., a friend of mine needed me to babysit, only max a couple of years old. For any of you that are mothers, fathers, whatever you are, kids are loud. Kids, they run, they play, they scream, they do whatever, right? That's just how kids work. And a lot of you probably live in an apartment and may or may not have kids. I'm sure that a lot of you probably have kids, so you know where I'm coming from. I don't personally have kids, but I do know kids are loud. Kids make a lot of noise. Well, they were being a little loud that night, and the neighbors come up. They come pounding on the door. Boom, boom, boom. I answer it immediately, going, oh, we hear nothing but running and screaming and pounding and blah, 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 blah. I tell them, like, hey, there's a couple kids here. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I cannot do anything about that. They are kids. Kids are going to be kids. I'm doing my best. If you want to come in and babysit them for me, by all means, come in. Show me how you do it. Show me how you keep these kids under control without them screaming or crying or, making some other kind of noise that you're going to complain about. Go ahead. By all means, come in and show me the ways, Mr. Wizard. Nope, wouldn't do that. They just wanted to be all pissed off. And you know what? The noise those kids were making, it was done before 10 o'clock p.m. They were in bed. They were ready. They were winded down. I let them get out all that energy, and they were in bed and crashed. That's how it works. That's what you do with kids. As far as I know, I don't know. I mean, for some of you parents out there, if you don't agree with me, whatever, drop it in the comments below. You can do whatever the hell you want. I don't really care. At that point, I go to my apartment complex and I say, look, because they had called me and they're like, oh, noise complaint, blah, blah, blah. And I go to them and I say, look, noise complaint my ass. Plain and simple. I babysit a couple kids. It's during the frickin' day. They can get the hell over it. Move on with your life. Stop spending your life being angry over something you have literally no control over. There's no point getting pissed off at something like that. The apartment complex, I guess, understood. Whatever. It was the same usual. Keep it down between 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. Now, here we are. A couple of months later. Only a few short months later. And wouldn't you believe it? Well, here, let me start with this. So, the other day, I'm in the kitchen. I'm doing my laundry. I'm doing my dishes. I'm getting stuff cleaned up. I'm trying to get something done. Middle of the afternoon. And wouldn't you know, it's only like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It might have been even earlier than that. It might have been between like noon to 1. There's a pound on the fucking wall. Pounding on the wall. Which is usually what the neighbors do below when I'm being too loud. Here's something funny about that. I have never once heard that pounding after 10 o'clock at night. Never once. So anyways, noon to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I hear this pounding on the wall. Because apparently I'm being too loud for doing my dishes. For washing my clothes. For not wanting to smell like an asshole. For wanting to eat off of clean dishes. I am such an asshole. Obviously, I'm not allowed to wash my clothes. I'm not allowed to do my dishes. Nope, not me. So what do? I stomp on the ground. Do it in the same pattern that they did it. And what do? They pound on the wall back. Like, alright, well, so instead of being a fucking man and coming up here and actually having a real conversation, or just realizing that it's during the fucking day and I can do whatever the fuck I want, and I've this whole time been considerate of your living, of your apartment, instead of coming up and talking to me, you just want to pound on the wall. And then you want to turn around and make a noise complaint about it and pretend like it was in the middle of the night. See, because here's what's happened after that, and here's what's happened today. And this is the moral of the story. While I was recording my Cooking Millennial video, so I turn on Do Not Disturb mode, I record my video, I turn it off, and lo and behold, what do I have? I have a missed call and I have a voicemail. It's my apartment complex telling me that there's been a noise complaint from within the last couple of days of me being loud in the middle of the night. Now, wouldn't you believe that only a couple of days ago is when the dishwasher and washer and dryer incident happened in the middle of the day, not the middle of the night, because I'm not a fucking idiot. I know the difference between day and night. That's when that incident happened. It was a few days ago, in the middle of the day, and all of a sudden there's a noise complaint. So, I go down to the apartment complex, and I've told them my side of the story. I said, I'm fucking sick of this. I've lived here for how many years? And the people that lived there before me, how many complaints did I get from them? 0. Zilch. Nada. None. Absolutely none. I was friends with the people that lived here before me. How many complaints have I made? 0. Zilch. None. I have not been a problem. I have not caused any problems. I do not intend to cause any problems, and I do not want to be a problem. I am very considerate of the people around me. I am very caring of the people around me. I try to please everyone. It's one of my biggest downfalls. I care too much about other people. I coddle to other people. And the big problem here is that I've tried that too much, but now I'm at my wit's end. Now that this complaint has been made, and I've had for probably the 3rd time now, I've had to go down to my apartment complex and say, look, you're being lied to. So either stop believing the lies or tell them to prove it. That's what I want. I want you to prove it. I want you to prove that I'm actually being loud in the middle of the night. Until you give that, your argument is invalid. Okay? So I finally went down to him again and told him my side of the story, told him all of that good stuff, and I don't know, we'll see where it goes from there. But here's the real kicker here. I made a complaint myself, finally, for the first time. Saturday, the 17th of June. Neighbors below me were up all night, partying, drinking, singing, yelling, screaming, all of this good stuff, having a good old time, which I had no problem with. I don't want you guys to think that I'm a no fun kind of person and I'm gonna complain about whoever doing whatever and I don't want to have no fun. I will, if I want to go out and sing, I'll go out and sing. If I want to have a good time, I'm going to go out and have a good time. But here's the problem that I have. This was at about 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, and you could hear them from in the living room and reasonably from out on the back patio. On the back patio, I'll give that, but from in the living room, you could hear them pounding this, pounding that. I didn't make a complaint. It didn't bother me. By all means, go ahead and do it. But now I've made a formal complaint. And this is not just a one-time thing. This is a regular thing, you guys. When we're talking about Friday, Saturday nights, the one really being loud, it's those idiots below me. I'm not pointing to the subscribe button. I'm pointing to the idiots below me. But go ahead and subscribe while you're watching. And this isn't just a Friday or Saturday night type of thing either. I've heard this on a Monday night, a Tuesday night, a Wednesday night. Doesn't matter what night it is. I've heard it. It's happened. They're complaining about the thing that they are, is the moral of the story there. Yeah, I'm the bad guy, right? I'm sick and tired of these neighbors. I want to get out of this apartment. I need to get into a bigger apartment or house anyway. Neighbors really got me fucking fired up though. I mean, I've been talking to you guys for 25 minutes now. Now I'll probably crop this down maybe into only a couple of minutes. Who freaking knows? I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do 5 minutes from now. But what I do know is I'm not whatever these neighbors have accused me of being. They're dicks. I'm going to play my music as loud as I possibly fucking can until 9:59 at night. And then I'm just going to cut it dead feed. I'm getting security cameras to put up in my fucking apartment to record 24 hours a fucking day so that when the apartment complex goes, oh yeah, at 2 o'clock in the morning, you were pounding on the wall in your living room. Oh, well, here's the security feed of my living room. So where's the wall that's being pounded on? I'm waiting. Where's your answer? And not to mention these dickheads below me. Let's not even forget that 7 days out of the 7 days in a fucking week, like clockwork, 2, 3, 4, and 5 o'clock in the morning, what do I hear? I hear their fucking pit bull barking its fucking head off all night long for hours in the middle of the night, barking all night, every night, 7 days a week. For those who don't know math or the Gregorian calendar at all, 7 days a week is every day. So, who's got the real complaint now? So here's what I'm going to start doing, guys. With every little tiny sound that I hear in the middle of the night. I don't care if I hear a pin drop. If I hear one single pin drop down in that apartment, I am fucking calling. I will call in the middle of the night too. By the time they get in the office the next morning, they're gonna have 15 messages waiting for them. Hey guys, it's Mason, just calling to let you know that I heard a closet close. It is approximately 1:45 in the morning on such and such date. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I heard a closet closing coming from this apartment number. So thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. 5 minutes later. Hey guys, I just wanted to let you know that I heard a toilet flush. It's approximately 2:13 in the morning, and I'm very displeased with hearing the toilet flush. So if you guys could do something about that, that would be great. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm tired of this. This has happened at least 5 times. You guys are just seeing this for the first time, so you guys might think that I'm a little bit off the wall, might be being a little bit radical at the moment, but no, this has happened about 5 times, and I'm pretty sick of it. You know, I pay an astronomical amount of money for an apartment, and honestly, the money is not worth it. Especially when you factor, I mean, just the apartment by itself is not worth $1,000 a month. But when you factor in these shitty neighbors as well, hounding you day in, day out. Notice how I said not night in, night out, because it's never during the night. It's always during the day. Always during the day. When you have these neighbors hounding you day in, day out, it becomes tiring. It's times like these that I really do wish that I still had an electric guitar, biggest amp that I could possibly find, because I would crank that thing all day long. Which, if you guys have not seen it, take a look in the history of this channel. There is a video titled How to Piss Off Your Neighbors. I believe it's titled How to Piss Off Your Neighbors. Let me take a look here. Yeah, it's a video titled How to Piss Off Your Neighbors. And this was the same exact scenario, except for in a different apartment complex. I dealt with this many years ago with a different lady at a different apartment complex, where she would complain about me being loud during the day. I worked graveyards at that time. So anyway, check out the video, How to Piss Off Your Neighbors. This is exactly how I dealt with it. The last time, this was the same exact scenario. I had a neighbor complaining about me making noise during the day. It was completely false. And even if it wasn't, it was during the day. It's like, hey, you know what? I'm allowed to be me during the day. I'm allowed to do what I want to do. I'm allowed to do what is going to make me happy during the day. So, to combat that, after a few complaints, me and my friend decided that, well, instead of going to that garage in an isolated area where we normally will practice our music, let's show this neighbor exactly what loud is. We busted out the guitars, the drums, and we had a good old time. We jammed out a song. The video is kind of shitty. The audio is not that great. I think the song was kind of awesome. Check out that video, though, if you want to see how I dealt with it last time. Chances are, given how things go, I'll probably deal with this situation very much the same. Anyway, that's enough. I think that's enough ranting for now. I'm really gonna have to crop this down into a lot shorter piece, because this is going on 34 minutes now. Hey, thanks for listening, guys. It's been a pleasure. Don't forget the wine, or in this case, beer. If you have shitty neighbors, drink a beer. It makes it feel better. Don't do that. I'm not condoning that at all. That's terrible. Do as I say, not as I do. Don't you know? Anyway, love you guys. I will catch you on the flip side.